It's time for Sunbelt Conference Baseball on ESPN. Welcome inside Pete Taylor Park, Hill-Denson Field, for the 18th-ranked Mississippi State Bulldogs in town to take on the Southern Miss Golden Eagles. Both teams undefeated. Marquee midweek college baseball action here inside the Pine Belt. I'm Jason Baker alongside Cliff Russell and our color analyst Chris Kirtland. Cliff, these two teams get together in Pete Taylor Park for the first time since 2018. It means more when these two are tingling in their home stadiums.
There's no doubt, Jason. A ton of history between these two clubs. They meet tonight for the 130th time. The last four of those have been at a neutral site in Pearl, Mississippi. This season, they returned the home and home to both respected campuses as it should be played. I know it's a chilly February night, but expect postseason-like atmosphere here in Hattiesburg.
Yeah, capacity crowd in here in Kirtland. Both coaches going to learn something about their ball clubs tonight. They're off similar style weekends for opening weekend.
That's right, opening weekend. You can call it a tune-up weekend if you want to. That rivalry, interstate Mississippi rivalry, is now taking place here on a midweek game early in the season. It's time for some big boy baseball tonight.
Boy, it sure is. It's the Golden Eagles against the Mississippi State Bulldogs in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. We're coming back with the Mississippi State batting order after this. Here's the Mississippi State Bulldog batting order. Kirtland, Chris Lamona says when Hunter Hines hits, we win.
That's a real presence in the middle of the lineup. He's been around. You can call him a veteran now in this Mississippi State Bulldog lineup. And he's a guy that can run the ball out of the ballpark. And he's a guy that can drive a bunch of run-ins for this Mississippi State lineup.
You see 55 career home runs, fourth most in program history. He's chasing down hallowed names like Clark and Paul Merrow. More on that later on. On the bump tonight, Cliff, Colby Allen grew up throwing 3.2 miles from Dudy Noble at his high school at Starkville Academy. Pretty sure he's amped tonight.
Yeah, what a story, Jason. And we knew going into the weekend that this game was going to depend on how the weekend kind of shook out pitching-wise. As it turns out, their dude throws Friday. Now he turns around and gets the starting nod here on Tuesday night.
He's a sinker baller that likes to induce ground balls. The defense that will play behind him tonight for the Golden Eagles. How about Matthew Russo's play over the weekend at first base, Cliff?
Yeah, we've talked about it, Jason. Kind of an overlooked part of his game. He's been sensational there through the first couple games here this season.
Well, here we go. There may not be a finer matchup in all of the entire country than these two collegiate baseball programs locking horns for the 131st meeting all time. Sawyer Reeves will lead it off for Mississippi State. It is a two-seam fastball at 91 miles an hour. We are underway tonight.
Good take from Sawyer Reeves.
Payoff pitch. He goes sinker again. Sawyer Reeves takes his third walk of the season. In the opening weekend, a sweep over Manhattan, ground ball. Monaster shovels to Pratt. His throw is in time. 4-6-3, the pitcher's best friend.
As you mentioned, it's going to be mainly fastball sliders. You see right there.
Slider, first strikeout of the night for Colby Allen. Finishes off Ace Reese. That's it for the top of one. Golden Eagle batting order when we return to Pete Taylor Park with much more. Golden Eagle batting order will run down with Higdon at the top, but it's the two-hole hitter, Ozzie Pratt Kirtland, that really opened things up for this Golden Eagle offense.
Pratt's a guy that really gets this lineup going. We saw it this weekend in their opening series. He has that sneaky pop as well. When you look at him, you don't see a super power-hitting guy, but he'll sneak the ball off the wall and over the wall from time to time.
Those are his numbers, of course, across that current 10-game hitting streak. Cliff, I'm excited to see a freshman start from Charlie Foster, 6'3", 190 pounds out of Snellville, Georgia. It's 95 from the left side. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good, Jason. He is the number one left-handed pitcher out of the state of Georgia a year ago. He gets the start nod. He did throw an inning this weekend, Jason, but as you mentioned, the fastball is going to be 92 to 94. Kind of from a cross-body from the left side. A big story is how these lefties in the Southern Miss offense pick up on that.
These are two teams with no shortage of talented freshman arms. Charlie Foster goes high with a 92-mile-per-hour fastball to Ben Higdon. He'll take a 5-pitch walk down to first base. missed in. Back-to-back walks, 2 aboard for the Golden Eagles. Honest there. Chases 93 at the letters. First strikeout of the night for Charlie Foster. Never content, a competitor from every degree. He goes slider here. Russo pushes it back to Foster, who knocks it down with his leg, picks it up. He'll grab his second out over at first. Runner's advance.
Position.
Davis Gillespie comes up, sees a pitch inside. Ben Higdon is scampering home, and they're going to throw it away, but a wonderful, masterful job of staying with the plate was Ace Reese, the third baseman for the Bulldogs, backing that throw up.
Yeah, that ball did not get far away from Highfield, Jason. I like the aggressive call. I'm assuming Higdon has it. That's his own choice right there when he's breaking at 30. Sees that ball get just away, and with a good throw, I think they probably have him, as you can see right there.
That's right. It took a little bit longer than...
Gillespie wears it here on the arm. He'll take a trot down to first base. Leave Mississippi. Burst onto the scene 3 years ago. He has lifted one a mile high into the night sky. Calling for it is Sawyer Reeves. And that's it for the Golden Eagles. They get a run without a hit. They'll strand a couple. 1-0 Southern Miss after 1.
High character guy, somebody that could build a program around this season.
Ground ball to Pratt off a big hop. Good enough for him to get it across. Noah Sullivan is put down.
High character guy, somebody that could build a program around this season.
Ground ball to Pratt off a big hop. Good enough for him to get it across. Noah Sullivan is put down.
Said that security guard or police woman.
Fair ball. Russo will field it. Step on first. This is Sue Colby going towards the left-handed box. Slider here. Tap back. It's Colby Allen. Underhand toss. 1-2-3. Go the Bulldogs in the top of 2. We'll return to Hattiesburg. Golden Eagles coming to bat. Player of the year. Don't take my word for it. That's what the Wetumpka News tells me. They bear it down, swinging on a breaking ball, elevated from Charlie Foster's second strikeout of the night for the freshman Foster. It's truly got to be up at the letters, right?
Yeah, it's...
Joey Urban turns on a ball here and has lifted it high into the night sky and gone. A solo home run from Joey Urban.
Right on cue. That is what happens when you do not get that fastball up in the top half of the zone, Jason. As you said, that one finds the middle half, and Joey Urban did not miss it.
And it's easier said than done when you prep for a guy like Foster who's going to throw that high-spin four-seamer that's going to be up in the zone, playing at the letters, finishing above the letters slightly. It's really hard to hit that pitch. But as you guys mentioned, that kind of floated in belly button range. And when you miss with that fastball in belly button range at 91, you're giving yourself a chance to give up the long ball.
And his head ball coach, Trey Sutton. Foster spots it up beautifully. Another strikeout. 0-2. Softly hit. Sawyer Reeves misplays it.
Down on the field before the game, it's something that is very noticeable on this Southern Miss infield, the turf. It doesn't bounce too much in the green part, in other words, the infield grass, if you will, but it is a little bit more bouncy on the brown dirt portion of that turf. I think that's by design because it makes it a little more realistic, like a natural surface. But it speeds up when it goes from that green to that brown. It could have been something that Sawyer had to deal with there.
On cue, Charlie Foster throws his pickoff move away, all the way into the right field corner. Travis Creel is waving Ben Higdon around. 3-0 Southern Miss.
You know, it's really close to a balk move there. I was watching Foster's front side. Once again, a balk can be called, but the play's still live. Either way, Southern Miss would choose the result of what happened there with the overthrow.
The freshman chooses correctly. He makes the move. He catches Ben Hickman leaving early right there. Just doesn't execute that throw, and just a big mistake from the freshman early in this game.
There is not a lot of room towards the left field side of Pete Taylor Park. There is a gauntlet of room towards the right field side. A long run for Nolan's.
The bats you're pitching against earn it.
Pratt, check swing over to Sawyer Reeves. He's got it. His throw to first in time. That's it for the Golden Eagles in the bottom of 2, but they get 2 runs on a hit. That was the solo homer by Irvin. We'll be back to Hattiesburg after this. And missed inside. Stallman's ahead. 2-1. Sharply hit. Monaster deep onto the turf. To his feet. His throw in time. 2-2 pitch. Fastball works right back under the hands of Nolan Stevens. Second strike.
Start at middle and let it go away. Let it go to the cap of the bat. You have to really be pinpoint accuracy to start it inside and not miss middle.
Rare drop from Ozzie Pratt. He was fantastic fielding a year ago for this club. As a shortstop and a bobble here on a routine ground ball. Going to be an error charge to Ozzie Pratt. Just the second error of the season for the Golden Eagles.
A couple of 2-out errors from both teams here early in the.
It's Dylan Cupp who's aboard. Reached on the air by Ozzie Pratt. Good slider from Colby Allen. Another strikeout for him. That's his 3rd of the evening. Bulldogs get a runner, but they leave him there. 3-0 Southern Miss as we head to the bottom of 3. Mississippi State's made a call to the bullpen. Ben Davis is on, a transfer out of Itawamba Community College, Boonville, Mississippi. 6'3", 215-pound right-hander. 1-2, Monaster right into the glove of Hunter Hines. Maybe an underappreciated aspect to his game. Playoffs. That was against the Holy Cross Tigers and the former head coach of Mississippi State, Andy Canizera. Slider away. Did Gillespie go around? Rawls Highfield says he does. So does Alex Ziegler. He agrees. Gillespie struck out. Back-to-back Ks for Ben Davis. He does just what the Bulldogs needed. Back to the dugout quickly. That often. Former high school teammates here. Ground ball over to Ozzie Pratt. He's got it this time with a little English on it over to Matthew Russo. Off their first opening weekend sweep since 2020. Golden Eagles did the same. Colby Allen to the lefty. Starts it at the hip and runs it right to the inner half.
But at what point does the stuff begin to fall off a little bit as he gets more fatigued and the pitch count climbs, but no sign of it right there.
No, not right now. Colby Allen, a slider to finish off Sullivan. We'll be back to Hattiesburg. To Carson Pato in the 6 hole. He has lifted this into left field. Reed Stallman is camped underneath it. Left side of your screen, he goes back. Big swing from Dre Barrett at a wipe away slider from Ben Davis.
96.
Yeah, call it hard, harder, and hardest.
Yes.
Joey Urban sends one to the right center field gap. He's thinking too. The baseball was dropped by Bryce Chance out near the warning track, allowing Joey Urban to make it up to second base and in the scoring position here with 2 outs.
Joey Urban gets the start against the lefty Foster to start the game. As a right-handed hitter, has shown that he's liked seeing these lefties, but he's trying to make a statement and show he's worth more than just facing those lefties here early in the season and taking advantage of some at-bats. Have the same guys in it at the end that it did in the beginning, and neither does the season.
Really tough play here for Dylan Cupp and a dandy of it. What a barehanded pick. Smooth as butter from Cupp over to Hunter Hines. Golden Eagles leave one on the pass. 3-0 Southern Miss. We'll be back to Pete Taylor Park. Christian Ostrander saying he was going to be a pin game. You see the numbers now on Cal Culpepper. And here he goes to face Hunter Hines as his first batter to face at the collegiate level. 55 career homers worth. He said it in the open. chasing down guys like Clark and Palmero in the homer list, as well as the all-time RBI list as a Bulldog. Ground ball here. Monastery charges, cuts it off. Beautifully done by the second baseman. You can see the Golden Eagles had a shift on.
Setup. Shout out to J-Ray, Mississippi State Bulldog.
Boy, one of the best hitters to ever wear the maroon and white. Dre Barrett fires across on the ground ball across the diamond to Matthew Russo. A lot to learn about both staffs. This is towered into the night sky. Joey Urban, the center fielder, up. Nick Monastery is underneath it, the second baseman. 1-2-3 debut for Cal Culpepper. We'll be back with much more college baseball on a Tuesday night. Freshman southpaw who started the night for Mississippi State. Ben Higdon goes the other way. It was dropped by Dylan Cupp, but his throw in time. Native of Aliceville, Mississippi, ground ball to the right side. Sawyer Reeves throws it away. Pratt will be aboard. I don't know that Chris Lemonis was wanting to learn what he's learned about his defense. This is very uncharacteristic. Just one error happened over the course of those 3 games, and just a throwing error here. Monastery chops it over to Reese. His throw is in time at second, but not in time on the relay throw to first. 1-0. Back up and through, out into center field. Monastery's making the turn around second, going first to third on a single off the bat of Matthew Russo. 2 on and 2 out. The 1-2. Beautiful slider from Ben Davis. Golden Eagles are going to strand a couple. That's it. For 5 innings of play tonight from Hattiesburg, it's 3-0 Southern Miss. 1-1. He goes right back up top. Shallow pop fly to right center, and that is Nick Monastery making the catch. From the stretch, line drive. Nick Monastery gets it off a bounce. His throw in time. Show some glove to Nick Monastery. He's having a night defensively so far, fellas.
Seemed like Monastery wanted to make sure there. I think even Russo thought he had caught it in the air, and Russo had to shuffle his way back to first base. Oh, I see.
Yeah, he did drop it right there, but we've seen him go glove side in the 4-hole. We see him now go arm side. He's showing that versatility, that athleticism, and the wherewithal right there to get up and make that throw for the second out.
Taylor Park, Hill Denson Field. Curveball, that's past Nick Monastery, inches away from his glove out in the right field. Single for Reeves. 1-1. This is hit well, deep into left center field. Highfield's put it back against the wall, but Joey Urban is there on the track, up against the wall to make the catch. That's it for the top of the 6th inning. Long ride off the bat of Highfield, but it stays in the park. We move on to the bottom of the 6th. Thierry, remember him? That's Colby Allen's teammate. He's into the ball game for Mississippi State. The relief pitcher, another call to the pen. The junior out of Columbus, Mississippi, 6'1", 205-pound right-hander. Ben Davis did hit.
Got to be down in the zone.
Wow, what a good pitch.
Right to the knees of Pato. Thierry knew it the moment it left his hand. Teams in playoff games, 1 walk-off homer. Trey lifts this out into shallow right field. Sawyer Reeves, the second baseman, back on the run, makes the catch. Payoff pitch. Fastball, Urban knocks it through. Going to be a single for Joey Urban. 2-1, that's high and tight. Catches Lawson Odom in the bicep. It's now 2 on for Southern Miss with 2 outs. Thierry, long look to Urban, goes to Higdon. It's pulled. Hunter Hines is off the bag. PFP executed flawlessly. Hines to Thierry, that's it. Golden Eagles going to strand a couple. We played 6. in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Southern Miss 3, Mississippi State nothing. Cliff now for Josh Hawk, who might not have been quite ready, and I'm talking in the mental sense.
Yeah, no.
Where's his mind got to go
100%.
now?
It speeds up for you now, right? You're not expecting to come in this inning at this moment. But look, the situation calls for it. You got to find a way to get in there, stay focused, and find a way to early strikes, find that release point quick.
A year ago over the course of Sun Belt play, 8 2/3 innings. This is popped up left field side. Davis Gillespie is over there on the jog. He makes the catch in left field. There's one away. 3-1 pitch from Josh Hawk. Lifted to right. Carson Pato is underneath it. And there's two away. Couple of flyouts from Josh Hawk tonight. Hines ripped sharply. That's past Monaster on the dive. Right through the shift goes Hunter Hines. Second base hit of the night for Mississippi State. 0-2 to Bryce Chance. There's the frisbee right out of the hand of Josh Hawk. It's Bryce Chance offering at it. There's three away. They'll stretch at Pete Taylor Park. We'll do the same. Meet you right back here, the bottom half of 7. A new face for Mississippi State on the mound. Robert Fortenberry, the junior lefty out of Frisco, Texas, just north of Dallas, enters this ball game. Chris Lemonis, Justin Parker doing the same, right? They've got 9 outs to try to find a way to get in a couple runs to get back into this ball game. So they're trying to piece it together right against this matchup for the Golden Eagles.
They were going to use several arms just like Oz expected to. Caught on again here in the bottom half of the 7th.
Charging is Buckner. He's got it over to Hunter Hines. That's it for Ozzie Pratt. Monaster entered this season on a tear through their spring scrimmages. Hits it on the screws, but right at Dylan Cupp.
To the slider here, lefty on lefty.
The energy from Ross Highfill as well. It's a fastball up the middle, played perfectly by Dylan Cupp. His throw to Hunter Hines. In time, 1-2-3, go the Golden Eagles. That's the first time they've accomplished that feat tonight, had the Bulldogs. We played 7, 3-0 Southern Miss. Two-seam fastball at the letters of Stallman. Called strike 3, the eye level. They watch Colby Allen stay down in the zone. This is ripped into right field off the bat of Nolan Stevens. He stays red hot, hitting over 375 on this season. The 2-1 from Ankiers. The two-seamer lifted up. It's the right field side. Carson Pato will make the catch in this ball game if you're late arriving. 1-2 slider back up the middle. Mississippi State has their first man aboard. Nolan Stevens gets a great read as well. Goes first to third. The first Bulldog in scoring position of the night is Nolan Stevens. That was excellent base running by him.
Rolling on contact, getting a good read, getting to third base. Even with 2 outs there, being your own base coach and being sure.
0-2, see what Hawk chooses. That's the slider, cued. Ozzie Pratt's got it. He'll shovel it to Nick Monaster. Bulldogs are going to strand a couple, 190 feet away. 7.5 complete tonight in Hattiesburg. It's still Golden Eagles on top, 3-0. New arm into the ball game for Mississippi State. Chris Lemonis told us it would be this way. Chase Hungate, the senior right-hander out of Abingdon, Virginia, 6'1", 175. Low arm slot. Chris Lemonis sort of kind of trying to change this eye levels. Justin Parker as well, right? Trying to find a little bit of a different look here. 1-2, two-seamer. Gillespie hits it off the handle. It is gobbled up and thrown across by Ace Reese to Hunter Hines, 1 away. Dribbler into the shift. That's Buckner who's got it over to Hines. There's 2 away.
That'll be a catcher interference.
There is catcher interference called immediately on the swing of Carson Pato. He'll be awarded first base.
See how close Highfield gets to the batter's box. You're seeing more and more catchers get closer and closer to hitters these days because you can steal a couple more strikes at the bottom of the zone that way.
Trey Barrett, tailor-made ground ball, 6-4-3, inning ending DP. Bulldogs down to their final 3 outs. It'll be the top of the 9th for Pete Taylor Park and Hill-Denson Field when we return. Line score tells a lot of this story. Southern Miss struck very early, capitalized on some defensive miscues, a solo homer by Joey Urban. That's how the Golden Eagles got their runs in the first and the second. Since then, the baseball has been passed flawlessly, and in is Landon Payne, the anticipated closer for this Golden Eagle baseball team, and Christian Ostrander. He's a junior college transfer, pitched for the Pearl River Community College Wildcats during their national championship run a couple of years ago for Michael Avalon. He looked awfully good entering the ball game on Sunday, fellas.
Yeah, pitch.
His use was Landon Payne for 8 innings a year ago, just wasn't healthy. Spins a slider here, right into the heart of the zone. Ace Reese over the top. There's one away. 1-2 from Landon Payne. Slider. Noah Sullivan's gone around. Lawson Odom will throw it down to first. Back-to-back strikeouts for the closer, Landon Payne. And that's going to get them on their feet in Hattiesburg. Patrons of Pete Taylor Park are on their feet. The 1-2 from Landon Payne, and he got him. Landon Payne enters, strikes out the side, and the Southern Miss Golden Eagles stay undefeated. A 5-0 start for Southern Miss to the season as they win it over the Mississippi State Bulldogs 3-0.
Jason, look, you got to think Christian Ostrander loves what he saw out of his arms. Kobe Allen sets the tone early. But we know Christian Ostrander. We know this is what he's going to love. Just one walk on the night from this pitching staff, and it was to lead this game off.
It sure was. Chris Kirtland, the lineup did enough, capitalized on some mistakes. The Joey Urban solo home run, the only earned run of this ball game. But the Golden Eagles pitch a shutout and get enough.
Said runs were going to be hard to come by because of all the talented arms involved in this game, and there were a lot of zeros put up on the board. You match that 1 in the walk column to 10 punch outs for the Southern Miss pitching staff. They got the job done tonight.
131st meeting between these two institutions. Boy, it lived up to its billing. The last shutout in this series happened in 2019 in Starkville. Southern Miss won that one 1-0 in 10 innings. The last shutout in Hattiesburg in this series happened in 2018, the season opener. Southern Miss won that one 11-0. They win the night 3-0 for Cliff Russell, for Chris Kirtland. On behalf of our statistician, Marty Wyndham, I'm Jason Baker. Our producer and director in Leafield and his entire team, we thank you for being a part of this broadcast as you've been watching Sunbelt Conference Baseball on ESPN.